Football Dad's Army, welcome to the show, the Arsenal Alliance Premier League show. I'm just waiting for a couple of guests to come through. They're running a little bit late. Hopefully, they are going to come through, so you ain't going to listen to boring old me for the whole show. But you know, it wasn't planned for just me on my own, so I'm a little bit a deer in the headlights trying to do this show alone. But we was going to start the show off by wishing a very speedy recovery to Arsenal legend Kevin Campbell, who's been gravely ill, apparently in hospital. Now, I don't know what's wrong with him. I don't know what's wrong. I hope it ain't nothing double serious. I hope he's going to be able to recover very soon. But apparently he's very ill in hospital, and he's an Arsenal legend to me. Played over 200 games for Arsenal. He scored about 55 goals, 20 assists. Helped us win the league, the nearly invincibles back in 1990-91 season. Won a league cup and FA Cup double with Arsenal. Also the Cup Winners' Cup, a European Cup Winners' Cup, helped us win that cup as well. And to Arsenal fans, he's got a special place in our hearts. And Everton, players like Trevor Sinclair and Ray Parlour have offered public support. I'm just wishing him a speedy recovery and hope he does get well soon. And I don't know, I've heard all sorts of rumours about his illness, but I don't know what's concrete. I don't know what's bullshit. So I'm not going to comment on that. So, excuse me. So Kevin Campbell, Kev, I hope you pull through this and are back doing what you do best. You do shows. I've seen you on YouTube shows, and I've seen you doing a bit of commentating or punditry, and hopefully you get well soon. The Blue Baron, hello mate, how are you? This is a show that normally someone comes on with me, but I don't know what's happened to Scott. Scott was supposed to be coming on with me tonight, and I'm not sure where he is. He hasn't messaged me or anything. He must be running a little bit late, but hopefully all will be well and he will be with us soon. So let's just move on from Kevin Campbell after wishing him a speedy recovery, and let's look into some news for Arsenal that broke over the last week or so. And this player, Sesko, RB Leipzig, apparently Arsenal are really moving forward with signing this player. I ain't so sure about him. I mean, someone said to me, one of the subscribers on a video I did about him said to me about, he's worth signing, and he would sign him. The poll I put on my channel is getting a bit 50-50, over 100 votes on that poll, and it's getting 50-50. So I'm not so sure what they're seeing him. I mean, I know he's a big 6'5" geezer player, I should say, but his passing accuracy is very low. I mean, he's not got like loads of goals out there, but is he Premier League ready? He's only young, 21. Arteta could possibly make him better, but I ain't so sure of him. I've never seen him play. I think we need better. I think that we need to go for more Premier League or more experienced player to complete our team, our striking options. Because although we have scored a lot of goals this season, we do need that plan B, that out and out number 9, which we haven't got. It hasn't worked in Jesus. Kai Havertz, the second half of the season, he did come into fruition, and he was banging some goals. He was playing very well. But is he that Haaland type player? No, and they're looking to. There's people telling me that this is like a Haaland type player from how he plays for Man City. Doesn't do nothing else, but he knows how to stick the ball in the back of the net. So let's hope if we do sign him, he is going to be like that, and we don't want him to do anything else. As long as he can stick the ball in the back of the net, that's all that really matters. Will Arsenal be made champions? No, I don't think so. There is. I'm going to go on to this Man City thing that's happening this week. I believe it's gonna go through. They are looking to apparently sue the Premier League, but we will get onto that in just a little bit. I don't think any decisions will be made about the 115 charges about with Man City as yet. But this is a separate thing. Man City are looking to sue the Premier League over rule changes in 2021. So we will get onto that in a second. But yes, so what do you think out there, Arsenal fans? Do you think this Isco's any good? Has anybody that's watching the show seen him play? I mean, I really want to go for a player that's actually played in the Premier League, like an Ollie Watkins, Alexander Isaacs. It does. I don't want Ivan Toney. I think Ivan Toney's gone off the boil a little bit. I don't. When he come back in January for Brentford, he wasn't the same player for some reason. It might be because he wasn't actually fit enough. He wasn't allowed to play in any games during the ban. So he might have needed to get match fit, match ready again, but he didn't. He didn't cut the mustard, did he, in the second half of the season? So not for me. Definitely not for me now, Ivan Toney. This Sesko as well. You've never heard of him. The Blue Barons never heard of him, to be honest. He plays for RB Leipzig. Yeah, I think it was 31 games he played last season for Leipzig. I did do a video on this, and he scored about 14 goals with only 2 assists. His passing accuracy, when I was looking up the stats, was very low. Passing accuracy was around 65%, something like that. So not good enough. Not good enough. Is he German? He's Slovenian. He's from Slovenia. I'm not. Has England got him in Slovenia or is it Slovakia? England have got Slovenia or Slovakia in the Euro group. So if we have got Slovenia, we might see him play. So might be able to have a look at him there. But I'm not impressed with it. There's a lot of this. There's a lot of this. Some fans would like him, some fans wouldn't. But it's going to be about 45 million, around about that sort of figure, apparently. And they're looking at that as a bargain for Arsenal. But I mean, if we are going to go for a player for a striking option for 45 million, they may be looking at getting the partner right for Declan Rice, like a Zubimendi. He's been touted, and there's a load of players that have been touted to partner Declan Rice in midfield, because I was a little bit worried about Thomas Partey maybe leaving the club. There's a little bit of interest for Thomas Partey. He's got a year left on his contract, and he could be moving on. His injury record's not great. Fantastic player when he's on form, though. Brilliant player, and he did make a big difference when he came back for Arsenal, preparing up with Declan Rice, allowing Declan Rice to play in the more of the 8 instead of the more forward player, more box to box instead of being the 6 in front of the back 4, and Partey taking that role. So I mean, it's like how it used to be with Vieira and Petit, or Vieira and Gilberto Silva at Arsenal, if you remember, where one sits, one goes, and they take turns at doing it. That is what I think we should be looking at, really, in the midfield area. So a player of the ilk of Thomas Partey would be ideal partner for Declan Rice. So there's plenty of other players that they're looking at that fans are actually saying that we're linked to, but I mean, I've not seen anything concrete that we're linked to any other midfield player at the moment. So I'm not so sure what that was all about with all these other links. There's been plenty of them. Just go out and see them. I can't remember them all offhand. I haven't got them written down, but I have done a video on it, and I've got other bits and pieces written down in front of me at the minute, and you know what I mean. It's just my brain's a bit frazzled at the moment. Arsenal has a brilliant team. We just need to win something big, and I think we will next season. I believe we're going to win the title next season. I think this thing that's going on with Man City is going to affect them. With Pep's future uncertain, and now he's got a year left on his contract. And sorry, my nose is running a little bit. He's got a year left on his contract. He hasn't confirmed whether he's going to stay on beyond that. And I think he's looking to run. I think he knows this issue going on with the financial fair play and the 115 charges against them, and now they're looking to counter sue the Premier League. It's all up in the air at the minute. I think. Well, I'm going to go into that anyway. So let me just go through my little list that I've got here at the moment. So Sesko to Arsenal is a no go for me. Hopefully, City will be. Hopefully they'll what? Hopefully they'll City relegate City. Okay, yeah. Well, they could be in big trouble, Man City, and I think this what they're doing at the moment. Actually, let's go on to that. Let's go on to this one. This was going to be the last one, but let's go into it, seeing as you've been talking about it, the Blue Baron. Right, so Man City, now the charges they've got against them, the 115 charges, is there's still a date for that has not really been finalised yet. I don't think for sure. I haven't seen it, but what they're doing at the moment, let me just. I've got some notes. They're the new rules, the third party sponsorship rules that they brought in 2021 meant that say for example like a club that Sheikh Mansour is it his name owns Man City, and now he's got a third party. He owns another sports business or any business that wants to sponsor Man City, because he owns both. They start calling it a third party thing, and for a shirt, say it was a shirt sponsor, and Nike say sponsor Man United for 100 million for the year. Now it's not viable for say the Man City's third party company to sponsor Man City for say 1 billion. You know, it's not viable, and this is what the argument is. It's about third party sponsors. It would be unfair for Man City to be able to put in to filter money into the club, which they've been doing apparently. I don't know how true this is, but this is what's been said on social media. For I've looked at other channels, we've done a little bit of research on it, and they're saying that this is what Man City and the have done, and the rules in 2021 have that then third party sponsor has to be investigated, has to be made sure that it's fair, because it's a way of filtering money into the club. It's money that the club has not potentially earned themselves. They've not earned that money themselves, but they've got it through a sponsor, and it's ridiculous amounts of money. Instead of the average sponsor, say like I just said for Nike, for Man United, for example, was 100 million a season, or 100 million for a calendar year. They're saying that it's a lot more than that. So it's just a way of just cheating, basically. But I'm not sure if I don't know for sure if this is what's happening, but this is what I'm getting from it. This is how I'm perceiving it. I might be wrong. I don't know, but I mean the 115 charges is before that. It's between 2010 and 2018. It's a separate thing, but they managed to beat, because they're going next week. They're going to the some court about something separate from the 115, about what I'm talking about. This they're saying that them rules from 2021 are unfair, not unfair, tyrannical for the from the Premier League, and I don't get it. I don't get it. I think it's another way of delaying everything, and it's another way of, because they're frightened of getting found guilty of these charges. They could face relegation. They could get. I don't think they'd be worried about a big fine, but they might be more worried about what it means for them to get relegated out of the Premier League. And do you know what I think of that? And I think if that does happen, they'll just leave, and they'll probably try and start a Super League with a few other clubs or whatever. Try and get around it that way. To they might be like kicked out of the Premier League altogether, or kicked out of the league football. We don't know what's going to happen, but there is a lot of shit going on there. A lot of us as fans and as people that are outside the loop don't know the full story, and it's a bit it's a bit it's like being treated like mushrooms. We're in the dark, you know what I mean? We don't know exactly what's going on with them. Have they cheated? Have they not cheated? Are they being unfairly treated? We don't know for sure. But it would be a shame to the Premier League for if Man City were to get expunged from the league or expelled from the league, whatever the word is. And I hope they don't. But there's a lot of fans out there saying no, they should be relegated. They should be kicked out of the old. They should be kicked out of football altogether. I don't know. I'm not so sure. I think it'd be a bad move for the Premier League. It won't make us look too great, would it? Also, I think City were non-compliant during the investigation. That is very true, and this is one of the reasons why Nottingham Forest and Everton, that their charges or their punishment was dished out pretty quickly because they was compliant, and I think Nottingham Forest were more compliant. uh, Nottingham Forest. I can't remember what one of them it was because they got a 10-point deduction reduced to a 6-point because they basically pleaded guilty straight away and opened the books and said, "Yeah, go and do what you're doing." And Man City haven't though. Man City, there's a lot more charges against Man City, so we don't know for sure what's going on there, and maybe they could be in a lot of trouble. And they're trying to delay everything. They've got the best lawyers in the business. They've got the so much money. It's like spending a million is like spending a pound to me and you. So the money's no object for them. They've just got money coming. It's just it's nothing to them. So a fine would be no good. Getting them relegated. Remember when Rangers got relegated down to the lowest tier of football in Scotland and had to work their way back up? Maybe that'd be what City might have to do, and that could be the punishment for them. I think I'd rather getting them kicked out of all the old league football altogether. That'd be a good punishment for them. And you'd think to yourself, what players would stay? What players would go and play in League Two? You know what I mean? What player Man City would have to absolutely rebuild, and they would. And then the financial fair play and all them balls are coming. So how would their gate receipts be? Would fans still go and watch them play? There's a lot of questions to answer there. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of things to think about. You don't know what'll happen then. Right, so you're right. You're right. This could have a negative effect on the Premiership. It could. It could put us in a bad light. It could. It could. It's Man City. It's our Premier League. We're the fans. It's ours. It's not Man City's Premier League, so they can go and do what they want. Oh yeah, we'll get another one of our companies to sponsor Man City, who were facing relegation before the money come. Believe it or not, if you remember rightly, they was bottom of the league. They was nowhere till the money come, and they was getting the sponsorships. Apparently, getting the sponsorships through a third party business or company that was owned by the same owners of Man City, and they're putting excessive amounts of the sponsorship deals were supposed to be like extravagant, excessive, and it was a way of filtering money. They got the money from so financial fair play come in, and you know that's what I can see of it. I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, you can't. Please don't quote me on it. You can't. Well, you can say this is what I've been saying. I'm not worried about that. But that's just how I see it. It's just what I'm thinking. You know, have they cheated? Do you think they? Well, Let me know if you think they've cheated or do you think they're just being unfairly treated. I'm not, I think they've cheated. I'm saying, from my opinion, I think they've cheated, but I don't think they actually knew they was cheating. I think they probably thought that that was legal. They could do that, and just to, I don't know. I don't know. Don't know. Yeah, we didn't pay. Yeah, we didn't pay tax for years. Who didn't pay tax for years? Are you? Oh, are you a Rangers fan? Are you a Rangers fan? Maybe I'm not so sure about that. I don't know. Yeah, Rangers. Okay, yeah, I thought so. Yeah, I was looking at your little icon there, Rangers. Is that what happened? I mean, I wasn't so sure. I thought it was about overspending money. I wasn't sure about. I didn't know the exact reason why he did get relegated down to the out of the Premier League, Scottish Premier League, down to the second tier, wasn't it, or third tier? I wasn't so sure, but yeah, I do remember it. Right now, this we spoke about that. We spoke about Kevin. Right, there's a manager merry-go-round happening at the moment, isn't there? So Chelsea have signed their new manager. Um, the Leicester manager get Leicester promoted, then he goes to Chelsea. Now, do you think that's a good thing? I ain't so sure about that. Look what happened to Graham Potter when he went to Chelsea. He left Brighton just after what's the player's name? The right back or the left back? I can't think. Cucurella. After Cucurella left, I thought there was a little bit of shady dealings with that deal when he left Brighton, because soon after Cucurella, because he loved him. Graham Potter always spoke highly of Cucurella when Cucurella went to Chelsea. It wasn't long after that that Graham Potter himself followed him into the manager's job. But Chelsea have had about 4 managers in 2 years, I think it is, and you know, oh man, they're in a mess as well. Chelsea, they're in a big mess, and this manager, he worked under Pep Guardiola as well at Man City. He was one of his assistants before he went to Leicester. Done quite well at Leicester, obviously getting them promoted into the Premier League, but now it's taking on a big job here and excuse me, taking on a big job at Chelsea, and if you don't do the bizzo by January, they might be looking to just get rid of him as well and bring someone else in. They're just like very quick to pull the trigger. But anyway, forget that for a minute. Mikel Arteta apparently now is going to get a bumper new 5-year deal at Arsenal after finishing runners up twice, 2 seasons running. Taking Man City to the last day last season, and I think it's fantastic news for Arsenal fans. I know a lot of Arsenal fans don't want him at the club. He won that FA Cup 4 years ago, but was it 5 years ago? 24 years ago. He won the FA Cup in his first half a season with Unai Emery's team, basically. But and he started. Then he had to rebuild it. That year finished eighth in the table. Then was starting starting the projects or the process. Excuse me. I'm really sorry about a bit chesty today. Yeah, he started the rebuild, finished eighth again, then lost out to Spurs in his second full season at Arsenal, finishing fifth, and I can't remember who beat us. Someone beat us, and we blew the Champions League spot. But then last year and the year before, and this year, sorry, last year and this year, finishing runners up the Man City every season with bigger, higher points. Progression is there for everybody to see. I know we've got no silverware, and that's the aim of football. Is to win silverware, but we came so close to winning the Premier League this season, all the way, and the season before when we was top 90% of the season, and we just collapsed at the end, and you know the rest is history. But I mean, this new deal for Arteta, I think he deserves it. It's a bit controversial because there's going to be a lot of Arsenal fans that disagree with me, and there's a lot of Arsenal fans that I know. Oh, blimey! There's a lot of Arsenal fans that I know that don't want to keep Arteta. They want him. They want him sacked, and I can't see it. I can't see the logic in it. For me, progression is progression, and he loves the club. He wants to. He wants to stay. He's happy. Happy that the players are playing for him. That is the main factor for me. The players are playing for him. They weren't playing for Unai Emery. He lost the dressing room. I mean, when it comes to player power, it's very important because if you lose that dressing room, the writing's on the wall for you. And I believe that they are. And it got rid of the bad eggs, the rotten eggs, I should say. I'm so sorry. He got rid of the rotten eggs, the ones that were causing the unrest in the dressing room with the Aubameyang, the Lacazette, the Mesut Ozil, players like that, and he turned players that he saw leadership qualities in, like Granit Xhaka, who I would have sacked as soon as he threw that armband down on the floor. I would have sacked him at the club, but Arteta wanted him to stay. He saw something in him, and his last season at Arsenal was the best season he had at Arsenal. Anyone could tell you that. Any Arsenal fan can tell you that. But even at the end of that season, there was Arsenal fans wanting him to stay. Even me, I wanted him to stay. I didn't want him to leave in the end. I forgived him for doing what he did. And you can change your mind. Adults can change their mind. They can, you can be forgiven for making mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. Okay, that was a terrible mistake. He was sacked when he's throwing the captain's armband down, cupping your ears to the fans, flipping them off, but in temper, you can do all sorts of stuff, and you're only human at the end of the day. And I did. I was hoping to say he had a brilliant season, the season before the one that's just finished, and we did replace him in the end. We got the Declan Rice, and you know how good that is, how good he is, and he has done wonders for us. And Kai Havertz, second half of last season, come into fruition as well. So we did get a replacement. But can you imagine if we had Granit Xhaka there as well? If he'd have stayed and we had Declan Rice and we had like the Kai Havertz, can you imagine if we had both? I mean, I think we may have even won the league last year. And that was, I'm not joking either. Evening, James, how are you, mate? I'm on my own. Most of the shows, most of the topics I've gone through, I've not had nobody on to debate with or to chat. Scott seems to have bowed out. I've not heard nothing from him. And Anthony and Guna Matata never couldn't make it tonight. So it looks like, I'm on my own. So I've gone through all the topics I was going to go through tonight already. So it looks like, unless I've got any questions in the comments, I'm going to be having an early night tonight. So let's just see. Let's just give it a few minutes and see what happens. Unless you've got any questions, James. I forgot. Who's your team support? Who's your team, James? Are you Arsenal? Dinner duty with the fam. Yeah, you having dinner with the family? Hope it's nice. What you got? I had steak, egg and chips. It was quite nice, actually. Medium rare, lovely sirloin. Nice. James, let me know who your team is. I forgot. You're a Gooner. Okay, all right. Let me ask you a question then. Let me ask you a quick couple of questions. What do you think of this new proposed 5-year deal? I don't know how true it is, to be fair, but apparently they're going to Arsenal are going to offer Arteta a new bumper, big pay rise, more responsibility, apparently. 5-year deal. What do you reckon of it? What do you think? If you're still there, you're still there. Hopefully, you're still there. What do you reckon? Worth every penny, yeah? Worth every penny. Thank you. I think so. Progression is the main thing. We progressed every season. Man City are collapsing. We was just talking about Man City. We're talking about they're trying to delay these charges. In my opinion, they're trying to delay the charges they've got against them. These 115 charges. They're trying to say something about the third party. Have you heard? Have you heard about the this third party sponsorship thing that they're trying to? They're saying that it's a bit tyrannical from the Premier League to not let them sponsor, like to own another company to sponsor Man City. Something like that. I'm not 100% sure what it is. Proper Pep's doing a runner. Well, he's not. I've not heard him come out and say he's going to stay beyond his last year. He's got 1 year left. I mean, is he going to stay for this last year? Is he going to do a run? Is he going to like just walk away now this season? Legal tactics to bleed the Premier League. Yeah, they're using legal. They've got a good team, haven't they? They've got so much money. They could probably have about 100 solicitors working on this, or lawyers or whatever, working on this case, looking for loopholes, looking for ways out, looking to delay the inevitable. Pep knows shit's going to hit the fan. Yeah, well, yeah. Is he gonna? Is he said? Have you heard anything about him? Is he gonna? Is he gonna leave? Is he gonna leave this season, or is he gonna do his last year? Have you heard anything like that? Have you heard anything like that? Let's go back to this. I think they're looking to sue the Premier League, James. 8% is they're backed by 8% of the world oil reserves. Yeah, yeah, they are, and they're also listen. There's one Premier League club that's supporting Man City. One. Now you can surmise who it is yourselves. I mean, I don't want to slander any other football team, but I think I've got a good idea who it is, and I'm not going to say it. But just think to yourself: that out of all the 20 clubs or 19 other clubs in the Premier League, there's only one of them that's supporting what Man City are saying. So make of that what you will. James, know the man. What man? What man do you know? Right. Know the man. Pep. Yeah, he does leave after. Yeah, he does. He left. He left Barcelona. And he went. Was it? When did he have his sabbatical? He had a year off, didn't he? Sabbatical with Bayern Munich. Yeah, after 5 years. Yeah, but he's been at. How long's he been at City? Has he been at City 5 years now? No, he's been longer. He's been longer at City. He's been longer than 5 years, surely. Been there a while. Pep's always buggers off after 5+ years after mega spending, Bayern and Barca. Yeah, that's very, very true, James. Yeah, but it does seem a bit. It's all dodgement. I mean, I said it a little bit earlier. It's our Premier League, and it's the fans, man. Man City think they own the league and they can do what they want. It's it's a shame, man, because what they come from. The fans, their fans must be shitting it as well. They must be thinking, "Oh no," they did. Not all of them. Some of them did get a bit cocky over the last few years. They've won 6 titles out of 7. And it's not being salty. I'm not bitter about it or anything like that. Good luck to you. I mean, you're winning titles. You've got the greatest manager that's ever lived, in my opinion. He's surpassed Sir Alex for me. Surpassed Brian Clough. He's an unbelievable manager, Pep Guardiola. I know he's done it with world class players wherever he's been, and he's always had the money to buy basically who he wants. But still, you still got to win things. You still got to get them teams playing and gelling together. You still got to do that side of it. It's not easy. Look at PSG. The managers that have been there, Potts couldn't do it there, could he? And he had Neymar, he had them all, Mbappe, All sheikhs don't give a shit. They always have money, always have more money than anyone else. I think you mean there. Yeah, of course, they don't give a shit. Money's not. It's like water. It's like nothing. It just it doesn't mean nothing. You try to tell working class people like me and you know, that money don't mean nothing. We struggle. We struggle to feed our kids sometimes. Like we do it, but it's hard. Put the light on the financial the crisis. You know, the money's in the supermarket. Everything's like doubled in price nearly. It's unbelievable. These people, these people make you fucking sick, don't they? They make you fucking sick. Uh, Rules are for peasants like us. Yeah, we can't buy a way out of it. Very true. All right, John, how are you? How you doing, mate? Yeah, I've been on for about 35 minutes now, mate. It's just, the shows. I normally got guests on to keep me talking, but I feel like I'm just talking to myself at the moment. James has been here for a bit, but it's a bit difficult doing these live streams alone. Like for me, I know people that are used to it as other channels that they do live streams all the time on their own, but I like to have guests on so I can have a little bit of banter, shut up for a bit, let them talk. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. So hopefully I'm not boring nobody. But I mean, I've gone through all my topics. James, a little question for you if you're still there, my old mate. What do you think about this player that Arsenal are going for, striker from RB Leipzig? Sesko. Is it Sesko? His name, is that how you pronounce it? What do you think of that? And you, John, what do you think of this player? I think, did you comment on my video I done on him? You may have done. I know there was a couple of comments on there. Let me have a little look quickly. Um, See if I can see it. Do you think he looks good, James? Cisco looks ace. Well, I did write something about him on my video, but I mean, I can't play it or look at it really because it's going to cause a bit of feedback and that. More athletic than Haaland. Well, what they're saying, this is what I've heard, right? He's 6'5", he's massive, right? Big, tall, big and strong. He's 21. Well, I know he's 21 years old. 45 million. That Arsenal fans are saying it's going to be a bargain buy. Um, but he's got no outstanding qualities, and but he's got some weaknesses, as in ball control. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll get it up. Right? I'll get it up on this app that I've got. His weaknesses: ball control and passing. Now his passing accuracy was at 65 or 67%. It was some. Let me just have a look quickly. And I don't know if I've got one second. Benjamin Zesko. Here we go. Right. Right. This is he's Slovenia. He's from Slovenia. Um, he's 21 years old. He's saying he's right-footed, but I've heard he can play with both feet, so he's left and right-footed. He's 195 centimeters tall. It says on here. All right, it's not. That's about 6'5". But when I go down the app, says here strengths, no outstanding strengths, weaknesses, passing and ball control. Passing is key for me. Key because when you look at the statistics, so he played 31 games last season, started 17, minutes per game 50. So he's been subbed for most of the second half. So if he starts a game, he's subbed off after 50 minutes. That's not a very great one. He's got 14 goals, 2 assists. And let me have a look at his what I see before, which worried me, was his passing percentage. His passing accuracy is 67%. 67%. Is that good? You're saying he's more athletic than Haaland. Listen, remember Roy Keane said that Haaland should be a League Two player because he can't do nothing else. He can't run with the ball. He can't do this. He can't do that. He can't back to goal. All he can do is just put the ball in the back of the net, and that's all Man City wanted. That's all they wanted him for. His first season, he got over 50 goals. I don't know what Roy Keane was talking about, and hopefully, this guy is being compared to him for other sources, saying that he's not good at anything else, but he can score, and he's big. Oh, could he be our Haaland? Could he? Could be. Maybe. I don't know. Right, let's have a look. John just got in from work. Sesko looks the part. Remains to be seen. Remains to be seen. A lot of rumours. Yeah, very true. I've seen a lot of rumours as well. Looks good on YouTube, but so did Mudryk. Exactly that. Anyone can put a compilation of videos of like cuts, little bits of sections, and edit them all together as these good moments. But there's going to be a lot of bad moments as well that they've left out. Right. Just got in from work, mate. Sesko, I've been told he looks the part, but I've seen so many. Oh, I've read that one. Hang on. No, you put that in there twice, John. James. Not all German league players perform in the Prem. Proof in the pudding. Okay. Listen, a lot of English kids have done well out in Germany, though. Harry Kane's done well out there last season. Jude Bellingham, Jadon Sancho, Owen Hargreaves back in the day. There's an Arsenal player. What was his name? What was his name? He went out there, done well, come back with shit. Is it Joel Campbell? Was that his name? Something like that. I can't think of his name. Yeah, done well out there. Serge Gnabry, Arsenal player, sold out there, and look how well he's done out there. But it's a different league. You're right. It's a different league. Just got in from work. Just got in from work. Sesko not rehearsed. A lot of it. Ifs and buts. Yeah, ifs and buts. That's right, John. You've done the same message nearly 3 times, mate. Watkins would love it. I'd love Watkins. I'd love him at Arsenal, and he's an Arsenal fan. We spoke about this last week on the show that Ollie Watkins would just be electric for Arsenal. It costs a few quid, but I'd love him at Arsenal. I would. I'm just going to write something here. Just going to do a quick little banner. Who would you like to sign for Arsenal? This is going to be a question. I'm just going to leave it up there. I'm going to leave it up there and see if anyone comes in the comments and answers this question. So anyone watching, have a look at this question and then let me know what you think. Definitely 100 million% not Rashford. I've done a video on that as well. I've done a video on him. My concerns of him is that he's predominantly a left side. Sorry. Excuse me. I've got very chesty again. He's predominantly a left-sided player. We've got Trossard. We've got Martinelli. We don't need another one of them style of players. And outside the ring, outside the ring, I said, what am I talking about? Outside of football, he's got issues. Getting drunk in Ireland and whatever. He's got other things going on. He's definitely got a few issues going on because he's not been any good really recently. I mean, he burst onto the scene 10 years ago? Was it 10 years ago? And got England caps, but he just went to pot. He just went off the boil. I don't know what's wrong with him. I really don't. He got an OBE for his work with the school kids, advocating for school meals, free school meals, and he wound up getting an OBE for that, I believe, or an MBE. I think there's too much going on outside of football for him. His mind, his head, and it's affected his game. Rashford lacks mental toughness. Will cry when plays against Man United. Do you reckon? What do you reckon he loves them that much that he'd cry? Ivan Toney, there's been a lot of talk. No, he can F off Ivan Toney as well. We can get in a bin with Marcus Rashford. Not for me. I did like him last season, before the ban, the season before the ban. I did think, yeah. And then Brentford wanted a lot of money for him in January. They was looking for about 80 million for him, and they got told to get lost, and he come back. He come back in January. During the half of the season before January, that's people were looking to buy him and often making to say, "What do you want for him if we buy him in January?" And they were saying around 80 million, and they've come to but too much money. They knew he was a bit of hot property, but they thought we'd get a discount. They said, "No, we ain't get a discount. We want 80 million. Take it or leave it." Everyone left it, and then he was shit. he was shit. So, John, not for me, Ivan Toney, me old mate. No. Definitely Ollie Watkins, though. Alexander Isaac. Yeah, I'd take him. But first choice for me will be Ollie Watkins. Premier League ready, plenty of goals, plenty. And he'd fit perfectly into our team. I think he really would. I've heard a lot of talk about Kudos from West Ham as well. There's a player that, yeah, I'll take him. Perfect backup for Saka. I think he'd do well at Arsenal. I think, but West Ham said us another one of their key players. He's a brilliant player this season. Brilliant. He done well. He scored a low red kick, didn't he? Towards the end of the season. Last game was it against City? I think it was against City. He scored that overhead kick. Was it brilliant goal? Arsenal is a hot place at last. Players want to come and to improve career. Very good statement, that, James. I think that's very true. And you know why? Because of Arteta. It's because of him. He has changed Arsenal from inside out. He has changed it. It's not the same club. It's a much better place to be now for these players. You know, I think we were so much in the doldrums. We were so mediocre for years and years. You know, the second half of Arsene Wenger's tenure was shit. And Arteta's changed it, mate. He's brought us back. He's brought, like what Arsene Wenger done when he first came to Arsenal. He changed it all. Changed the old philosophy. Changed. And look, we started winning titles. I know we done it a lot quicker, but we did start winning titles. I'll be right back. I've just got to go. Just got to go and blow my nose. I'm sorry. I'll be right back. Give me 2 seconds. Right, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. Right, James, let's read this. I was talking about Kudos. Yeah, Kudos is magic. Yeah, brilliant player, man. Mustard. Best wishes to Kevin Campbell. Seriously, I started the show with that, John. I did speak about him. Yeah, best wishes to him. Get well soon, Kevin. You know, we won the 1990-91 league championship. He was part of the team then. He was there at Arsenal for 10 years. He come through Hale End. He was there 1985 to 1995. 90 hang on, 1991 season it was, yeah, he won the league. The only team that beat us that year was Chelsea. We was nearly invincible. Then there was a League Cup and FA Cup double. We beat Sheffield Wednesday in both finals. One of them was a replay. I can't remember what one it was. And then there was the 1994 European Cup Winners' Cup. He was part of the squad, part of the team in that as well. So he won some serious trophies with Arsenal as well. And I think he played in. I did have it. 209 appearances, 55 goals, 20 assists. I mean, could have got a few more goals, I suppose, but he's still an Arsenal legend. And Trevor Sinclair, Ray Parlour, they've come out publicly and offered support. Great man. I've seen him on loads of Arsenal shows on YouTube and got a lot of time and got good knowledge. He played with Everton as well, obviously. He's a legend there. I think Forest, West Brom, a few other clubs, but he is highly regarded in the Arsenal fan base as well. So that I know of, I've seen loads of channels offer support, not support, but can't offer no support in terms of what do you want me to do, Kev? But I mean support in terms of wishing him well wishes, I should say. Well wishes, yeah. It's a shame. Hopefully, it's not too serious. I don't know what's wrong with him. I've heard a couple of little things, but I mean, it's not my place to say because it could be wrong as well. You know what I mean? I don't want to say, is it that this is what's wrong with him? But because I don't know, I've just heard things get blown up. I'm not going to be the one to mention what I've heard. A few other people have mentioned a few things, but I don't know. It's been different. It's Chinese whispers. You know what that's like. And then it goes down the line, and it's a completely different story at the end of it. So I'm not so sure. Hi, Michael Reed. Hello to you, sir. John. Right. Think now the Euros are so near, won't be a lot of transfer talk going on. There will be rumours. There will be rumours. I mean, there's always rumours. There's already rumours every day, John. I've seen loads. It's not even worth mentioning because they're bullshit. But I've seen a lot of them. Oleg Luzny is fighting Ukraine. Is he fighting in the war? Is he really? Old Arsenal right back. Oleg Luzny, yeah, I remember him. Of course I remember him. Is he fighting in the war? Oh wow. Blimey. That's a shame that as well. I don't want to go into politics, but yeah, that is. I don't know what Russia are doing there, man. We don't. I don't want to mention it. I don't want to talk about that anyway. This is a football channel, me old mate. But hopefully he's all right. Hopefully he don't get killed. That'd be a tragedy. He quit as a football manager. Who was he managing? James. I think Usyk done that as well. Did Usyk? Was it Usyk or was it one of the Klitschko's or some? I think they was on the front line as well. Who was he managing? Was he managing a team in Ukraine, Dynamo Kiev or something? Wolves? Luzny weren't managing Wolves, was he? Not Wolverhampton one. No, don't remember that. Wow, I don't remember him managing Wolves. Was he an assistant or something then? I really don't remember him managing Wolves. Are you sure? If he did, I've missed one there. I've missed that. Didn't know that. Wow. Okay. So awkward silences, isn't it? I can't believe no one's come on the show tonight. Okay. All right. Well, if that's it, that's it. So let's give it a couple more minutes, and then I'm going to wrap this up. Um, what might have been a player there? Who? Luzny? Luzny's Shakhtar manager. Oh, okay. Shakhtar the next. Yeah, Shakhtar the next. There's got another one out there, isn't they? Dynamo Kiev, another big team. Uh, yeah, I didn't think he was Wolves manager. I would have, I would have, I would have remembered that. I don't think he played for Wolves either. He played for us. Played for Arsenal. I'm not sure what happened to him after that. He was at Arsenal for a few years, and I think he was like about 30 when he left us, like in a long time ago. So yeah, he couldn't have been a player at Wolves unless he played for them after us, and I forgot about it. I don't know. Anyway, listen, I'm going to wrap up because it's not been busy in the chat. Thank you for everybody that's John, James, Michael, a few others that have been in the chat, put a comment in. Don't forget, stick a like on it for me. Do that because that helps the album like push my channel out to other people. Likes are the most important thing. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel as well because that helps. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna keep going, mate. you know, have you seen? I'm doing videos as well. Um, trying these live streams are a little bit difficult. I get a little bit, get a little bit nervous and that. I get a little bit nervous and when I'm on my own, and sometimes I get a little bit of a brain freeze. You know, when you think, oh, what am I going to say now? What am I going to talk about next? You know what I mean? When I ain't got no one on with me, when someone's on the show with me, it's a panel, and it usually it's because I've done it on a Wednesday instead of a Tuesday. I think because normally I do it on a Tuesday night, and perhaps other people couldn't make tonight. But I did get a message from Scott, the man from tomorrow from New Zealand. He normally comes on the show. He did say he was coming on tonight, but you know, something might have happened. Hopefully, nothing too serious, and he hasn't made it tonight. By the way, great night Saturday night. Oh yes, John. Yes, John's a friend of mine from Bethnal Green. Yeah, yeah, it was a good night Saturday night. It was my niece's 18th and surprise party thing, and John was there. Yeah, it was all right, John, wasn't it? We all have to start somewhere. Yes, we do. I know. I've been going a little while. I've been doing videos and that. You know, slowly catch a monkey. You know, it's building up. I was starting to get a bit. I'm all right doing the videos because you can edit little mistakes out, and sometimes I just flow. Sometimes I get a bit stuttery. Sometimes I get a little bit. Oh no, what am I going to say next? You know what I mean? Sometimes I can't remember stuff that's in my head. So I go, oh shit. Sometimes I whip things down and I can't find me like panic stations. You know what I mean? But I'm trying. You know what I mean, I just try and be myself. I just try and be honest. Try and give my opinions on things. And if I don't know, I'm not going to make out I do. Do you know what I mean? Just trying to be another voice on give my opinions on football and Arsenal. That's all. I'm not trying to be any flash of this and guys on here that do their shows and God, I mean, some of them so opinionated and can't be made wrong. You know what I mean? They're like they think they know better than anybody else. But I mean, I'm open minded. I'll listen to anybody. And I'm not going to judge nobody on your opinions, man. Everyone's entitled to their own opinions. I ain't going to call you all weirdos and idiots for not believing the same way as me, which some people do. Do you know what I mean? everyone's got the right to their own opinion. Everybody's got a voice, and anybody want to say anything on this show, you're welcome. Do you know what I mean? Say it, and long as I can see it, and it's not too rude or derogatory, racist or anything like that, I'll highlight it. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, good luck to everybody out there. God bless everybody out there. Thank you for everybody in the comments. I really appreciate it. You kept me going. Look, I've been going an hour, and I never thought I'd be going this long talking on my own. So that's because of you lot. That's because of you in the comments, James, John, a few others in there. Let's have a look. Who else can I thank in the comments? There was a Michael popped up. There was someone else in all, I believe, and I can't. Oh, the Blue Baron. Thanks to you too, Rangers fan. Thank you very much. And listen, I'll see you on the next one. Hopefully next week I'll have my panel back and be a bit more interesting. I hope I won't bother anybody. God bless. I'll see you soon.